It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Atlanta Hawks today. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. You take a look at the Cavaliers. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
Yeah, well, you got to like what they've been showing here of late. Very solid basketball they're playing across the board, and you can point to a lot of different areas where they have been excellent.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Isaiah Thomas may be small in size, but he's always dreamed big. He said, "It sounds crazy, but I always thought I was going to be an NBA player, that I'd be an all-star and one of the best to play. That was in my head since I was a little boy, before I loved anything, before I knew what love was. I love the game of basketball." Kevin?
Great to hear that, DA. Thank you. Thomas plays with real passion. You can tell he loves playing the game. Now, Brent, we're far enough into the season where certain rookies are starting to hit the wall. What can coaches do to stop that process or help them through that process of that rookie, that so-called rookie wall?
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, Kevin, there's not much a coach can do for a player. And I'll tell you, I've seen it where years a player after 41 games is gassed. And certainly over the course of the past few years, I've seen plenty of rookies not be phased at all. So it just depends on the makeup of the guy and what he's been asked to do. I don't know that there's too much a coach can really get into the head of a player on other than trying to keep him confident.
And it's the Cavaliers to start out. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. We've got Mike Muscala. Collins is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Strawberry in at the 3 slot.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Muscala misses. The drive by Jordan. The putback. Rebound by Muscala. Strawberry covered by LeBron.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
The Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Off the inbound pass. Collins grabs the miss. So it's the Hawks now, defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game, and they just had so few opportunities, and I think that was their Achilles heel.
Yeah, they were like good college players, one and done. You got to be able to make some noise on the offensive glass.
Look at that jam.
No way.
I mean, just beautiful.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment. There's the pick. Hilliard passes to Strawberry. Not going to go that time. Good D from Love. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And the Cavs' big 3 completed with the trade of number 1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins to Minnesota for Kevin Love. Brent, if they had to do it all over again, you still think they make that trade?
Absolutely, Kevin. They brought a championship to Cleveland, a drought of 54 years, and Kevin Love was a big reason why they got to the top of the mountain. So I would absolutely make that trade.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. He's off on the first.
I just don't ever want to take for granted the fact that LeBron James is simply one of the greatest basketball players that's ever played the game. Am I overstepping it? Not at all. He is just as complete as it gets.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Atlanta. And when it's all said and done, Brent, do you think LeBron James goes down as the most versatile player in NBA history?
There's no doubt about it, Kevin. If you talk about a player that had the consistent dominance that LeBron James had in every facet of the game, from the moment he stepped into the NBA, it's been a remarkable run for him. And when he steps between those sidelines, there's really nothing that he cannot do.
And here's Schroeder. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And it was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
3 on the clock. Collins. He can't hit that time.
And right now they're like a light switch in the off position. 1 of 5 so far. Not an ideal start. It's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Schroeder with the ball. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. And Carroll gets it to go.
And how about Carroll using his size there, taking it strong inside?
Thomas kicks to Jordan. It's stolen by Muscala. Carroll against LeBron. And Carroll gets it to go. Carroll's got his second bucket of the game to go. Cleveland leading by 3.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
It's stolen by Schroeder. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Schroeder leading the charge. Muscala dishes to Collins. Here's Muscala. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game, and the shot goes down.
And Schroeder continuing to build his confidence, shooting the ball from the perimeter. I'd like to see him square up and sink those Jays.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was almost robotic, Greg, in this one. They filtered out all the noise and came in razor-sharp precision on the offensive end.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Zizic. Crowder comes in for Kevin Love. J.R. Smith's checked in for James. And Andrew Harrison subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Passes it to Bembry. Collins, a screen on Thompson. Here's Bembry, guarded by Jordan. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Pass to Harrison. Crowder kicks to Jordan. Rebound, Atlanta. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
And guys, this first meeting always sort of sets the tone for how the rest of the season series will play out. For teams that know each other this well, this initial game is a big one.
Cook, great touch on the 16-footer. Cook's got his first 2 points. Here's Harrison. Smith on the wing. There's the 3. We come back right after this. And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected throughout the ups and downs of the NBA season.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even keel. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You know, you go out and play as hard as you can, live with the results.
Again, just another part of the match. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers leading by 3. And J.R. Smith, one of the more unabashed gunners, Brent, in the NBA.
I always say this about J.R. Smith, Kevin. When in doubt, shoot. Stay in doubt all the time. And J.R. Smith has played his career in doubt.
On the court right now for the Hawks, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Bembry out there with Muscala, and it's Strawberry in at the 4. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Mr. Incredible in their last matchup against the Bulls was tremendous. He scored 34 points and did a great job locking down on defense. And, of course, found his teammates in open space. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
Thanks for checking in, D.A. He was phenomenal for them in that game. It was fun to watch.
And not just fun for us, but it had to be fun for him as well. Everything was working, and he just seemed to enjoy and embrace every minute of it.
And I love having fun, but fun comes at a cost, and that cost is work and effort. So let's not get too far away from that tonight. He was a workhorse in this one.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Clock at 6. Wing shot on the way. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Hawks.
And no doubt they relied upon that 3-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
That's tipped. And here's the fast break. Stops, pops, count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Bembry. Pass to Zizic. Here's Jordan. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. James, the pass to Zizic. And it's Jordan atop the key. Thomas gets a wide open look. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Thomas got 5 points now in the quarter.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And Muscala kicks to Hilliard, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Basket counts.
Kevin Love recognizes the space before he caught the ball, so plenty of room to shoot that ball.
The dish now to Muscala, and it's blocked. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. It could go. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in.
LeBron in great defensive position that time, exceptional at using his wingspan to throw off the shooter.
And so it's Cleveland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half and you have a big lead, but do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh, yeah. We got to treat it like a 0-0 game. I know we're going to stay in the locker room. We got to come out and win the third quarter. If we do that, we feel like we'll be okay. But like I said, this team is tough. We know they're capable of coming back.
Well, we'll see what happens, Kevin. Thanks. Now back to the other Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. And Mr. Incredible has been sensational.
I'll tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
Yeah, can't believe how many times he was able to get into the lane and then use his athleticism to give us a show.
The two stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward positions. Thomas is out there with Jordan. And it's Zizic in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Each coach has his strengths and they've got weaknesses, but if you needed someone to draw up a play to get you one bucket out of a timeout, who are some of the names you turn to?
I think I'm going to turn to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, possibly James Harden, because 2 points can happen after a free throw, right, Kev? So
yes.
I could get James Harden to the line. And then one LeBron James. That's not a bad list of guys to turn to if I need 2 points.
Absolutely. And then what coach would you have draw up that play?
If I don't say Pop, my life will cease to exist. I will say Greg Popovich in late game situations does a marvelous job. Not only, Kevin, of getting the ball to the guy that he wants potentially to get the game winner, but to have options and to make sure that that player sees those options in case something breaks down.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, Tristan Thompson has one of the longest consecutive games played streaks in NBA history. He said, the mind's a powerful thing, and if you tell your brain everything is all right, you'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve. We have the mental toughness to push through our limits. That's how you become great and test yourself as a player. Kevin?
Well, David, Thompson's certainly a mentally strong player. Always nice to have someone you can rely on night in and night out.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
And there's the pass to Hilliard. He feeds it to Schroeder. Collins, a screen on Love. Schroeder kicks to Hilliard. Launches it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That'll be his second foul of the game. J.R. Smith's checked in for Cleveland. Harrison comes in for Isaiah Thomas. Atlanta also making some changes here. Dorsey's checked in. And Cook subbed in for Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Cavaliers have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on. And he knocks down the first one. Damari Carroll's checked in for Atlanta. And so he makes both from the line. And you look at the Cavs coach, Tyronn Lue. Brent, what stands out to you?
Well, he's got confidence. I would tell you, Kevin, I'd have confidence, too, if that number 23 was suiting up for me every night. But he demands accountability. He demands a respect for the game. And this team has had a tremendous run in the early stages of Ty Lue's coaching career.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. Smith with a wide open look. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Collins, a screen on Jordan. 6 to shoot. Strawberry covered by Smith, and he recovers it. They get the rebound. Collins. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. J.R. Smith picks one up.
Clearly a foul.
The Hawks shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. That free throw, no good. A different look now for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson comes in for Zizic. And Jay Crowder's subbed in for Kevin Love. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Bembry's checked in. The drive by Jordan and the dunk by Jordan.
Well, him dominating the offensive end is what accounts for this lead. Just a very difficult guy to stop once he gets going.
The Cavaliers shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Free throw good, Jordan. The Hawks trail by 9. There's the feed to Dorsey. Passes it to Bembry. Collins, a screen on Thompson. Bembry kicks to Dorsey. Atlanta again missing. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there.
And Tristan Thompson, more of a center's game in a 6'9" frame, especially with the way small ball has gone. He has the ability to hold his own down on the inside. That combination of long arms, strength, the quick jumping, and the willpower to dominate. That's put Tristan Thompson on the map.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. And for Thompson, the downside to playing him at center is he is not a big-time shot blocker.
Well, he does have good mobility in the pick and roll, Kevin, and he covers the smaller men on the switches. But you're right, as soon as you get around the rim, sometimes Tristan Thompson is not able to get vertical and challenge some shots out there.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Back to Jordan. It's deflected. And stolen by Jordan. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Carroll kicks to Bembry. Collins a screen on Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Collins, the tip in on the offensive rebound. Collins has got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, he plays with a bit of a sixth sense around the offensive glass. Perfect position for the easy tip in.
Goes up on the wing. Here's Thompson. Bembry with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 10.
And really, this is where you want to just let the clock wind down.
Yep, unless you get a great look that's impossible to pass up, use the time wisely.
The shot by Collins, no good.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to all.
Oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And so it's Cleveland, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not for the Cavaliers. Zizic is checked in for Tristan Thompson. Love comes in for Jay Crowder. And it's Jordan in for Rodney Magruder. On the court for Atlanta, they've got Bembry. Damari Carroll is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Hilliard in at the two-guard spot. Here's Bembry. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Thomas dishes to Jordan. Love kicks to Jordan. No good on the three. The Hawks trail by 6. Schroeder outside. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Unloads from 13. The Cavaliers again can't hit. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. To the middle, and stolen by LeBron. And they're running. And there it is for him.
You got to do better than that, or at least try. LeBron James, just too strong, and a little contact is not going to go a long way.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. From 13, and that one's good. Schroeder. Schroeder's got 10 points here in the second half.
Yeah, not.
For one.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
For the Hawks, Muscala comes in for Damari Carroll, and Collins subbed in for Bembry. Free throw good, Jordan. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's Schroeder. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Really solid work from Schroeder there, being physical and now going to the stripe.
Schroeder hits them both. The Cavaliers leading by 7. The drive by Jordan. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. James outside. Thomas kicks to Jordan. James right side. The second chance effort, and he sinks the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 9.
LeBron, such a good job at reading where the ball was coming off that time, and nobody wanting any piece of him down there.
Schroeder up top. He's guarded by Thomas. No good on the triple. The Cavaliers on offense. Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
Schroeder against Thomas, and that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, if you read the scouting report on Schroeder, he likes to get into the basket as close as possible because he's usually good from there.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
Hilliard, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And Jordan gets it to go.
See all the responsibilities that LeBron James has. He is their leader. I'd like to see him get it to the open teammate. He does that often.
Here's Collins. Misses the jumper.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. Confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Congrats on the win. Now, you got it going offensively. How did you create looks for yourself against the defense?
You know, DA, creating is easy for me. You know, on any given play, I see about 2 or 3 ways to rip a defense apart. And, you know, the hardest part, actually, it's not really that hard. Everything's pretty easy for me. But, you know, the challenging part is picking which way to go about it. Because, you know, I usually pick the shot that is most likely to end up on my highlight reel.
Do you have everybody over at the house to watch these highlight reels, or do you just watch by yourself? I'm curious. Guys?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And we'll see you next time.